These are the typical standard British Army service respirators or gas masks of World War II in typical various bags. We know these bags from Raiders of the Lost Ark film as the Indiana Jones bag, but there's various marks of bag, various marks of respirators. So we have the mk5 haversack, the mk6 haversack, the mk7 haversack, and the mk4 general service respirator, the mk4 specialty mic general service respirator, and the mk5 general service respirator. They're all World War II issue, and you will see variants of them all over the place. Prices on these now have gone really stupid. One time they cost between £2.50 and £5. I mean, that one there cost me a couple of quid years ago. That one there cost me a couple of quid years ago. That one I've had for a week, bought it on eBay. That one cost me £150, and you'll see why. So the mk6 haversack, it was designed to be worn either slung off the shoulder when not on duty by a sling, or in a alert pose on the chest. The haversack had to hold not only the mask and filter, but also the personal anti-gas equipment, which was expected to be carried. So inside the mk5 haversack, you have kind of three compartments. One's got the filter, one's got the mask, and you have a little bag thing in the front for your anti-dimming ointment, etc, etc. So there's only three compartments. There's nothing on the back. When it's designed to be worn, you have the sling, which goes over the guy's neck in the alert position. Then you have this string which goes around the guy's shoulders, up through the central one, down and wraps around this side. Kind of, so that string goes in an inverted V shape. And then you have this belt that goes around the hips, held by a 37 pattern type clasp. So that is the mk5 haversack. Now, the mk6 haversack comes about in 1939. It is now getting more and more certain that war with Germany was likely, and the threat of gas attack was more likely as well. And this led to the soldier requiring to carry more and more anti-gas equipment. So the haversack led to having extra pockets in it. Now, at first, external pockets were simply stitched outside the mk5 haversacks, but it was soon found out that this wasn't cost effective, so they made brand new mk6 haversacks. In all respects, it looks the same as the mk5, but where the mk5 only has three internal pockets and nothing on the back, the mk6 has three internal pockets, but now it has two additional pockets on the back to take your extra anti-gas equipment, which we'll look at anti-gas equipment a little bit later. So that's the mk6. Now, the mk7 haversack comes out in 1940, the first year of the war. It indicates that metal is vital for war production. And so there's some changes to the bag for economy purposes. The steel and the brass is needed for the war effort. So the first things to go are the fancy brass clips that were on this version. On the mk7, it's now stitched to the loop. It's not a separate nice little brass clip anymore. It has to be stitched separately. Also, the eyelets on the side, which were metal, that held the string that went around the guy's waist, needed for the war effort, no metal eyelets. Instead, the string, which is permanently fitted there, goes around the guy's back, and it winds around this metal keeper here. So that attribute, and again, they get shot of the rear pockets, no rear pockets. Instead, the pockets are on the inside. So you have one pocket, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets on the inside. So all those attributes make that the mk7. So there's various different haversacks for these things. Now, in the haversacks, there could be any particular mark of mask. So this particular one, being early war, is the mk4 general service respirator. It's the face mask is 1937 dated, and the filter is 38 dated. Now, the mk4 face piece, which we'll see, is a rubber face piece which is covered in stockinette to offer the rubber protection from damage. It is also the typical mask that was issued to the British Expeditionary Force when war was declared in 1939. The filter is painted a brown beige colour, which was also very typical of the early war filter. So we'll take a look at this, and you know what the general service respirator is. It's this little thing here. So you have the rubber face piece, it's actually covered in stockinette, and the filter is the early war colour of a kind of light tan colour. Now the idea is the guy breathes through the mask, down the hose into the filter. These are air vents. The air gets sucked in, goes through the various filtration system, up the hose into the guy's mouth. And yes, these filters, along with the later one, do contain asbestos. So do not put them on, do not breathe through them. So that is the mk4 general service respirator. Now, the problem with the mk4 is it was available in various different sizes of rubber face pieces, and this was a little bit of a waste of money when it come to actual wartime. Pre-war, money to spare, no problem. During the war, very, very difficult, which led to the mk5 general service respirator. Meanwhile, there was a version of this one called the mk4 Special T mic, which is in this bag here. This one I bought on eBay last week, cost me 150 quid. Been after one of these for years. And basically what it is, and this is all complete to the same guy in the 35th London Regiment. What this one is, it's very similar face piece, see, but it's got an adapter on the side to plug in a microphone for radio operators. This screw needs undone, that plug gets pulled out, and when that plugs out, this goes in its place. Microphone respirator number 2. There's also a microphone respirator number 1. The number 1 version is only for use with a telephone. The number 2 comes in because it's useful for telephone and radios. So in here, and this one I got off eBay a couple of days ago, cost me a £5. Contains a black Bakelite microphone respirator number 2. That's got the microphone in, so when that plug is out, that plugs into the hole, and you've got a space there for an adapter plug to go in. Then you have a long lead which has another plug on it, and that long lead plugs into the radio equipment. So that gives the guy the opportunity to speak through a microphone without removing the gas mask. So that's quite a nice, interesting thing. And the Special T mic version comes in 4 sizes. Well, the mk4 face piece comes in small, normal and large. The Special T face piece comes in small, extra small, large and extra large. Now, the Special T in the description means special temple. And whereas your normal mk4 has just the words normal inside the face piece, which you can't see, the Special T version has the words Special T moulded in raised rubber in there, which you're not going to see. This means that the Special T means special temple, which means that people with spectacles can actually wear it. Now, because these were available in all sizes, by the time you get to the war, they need rubber for other things, so they can't afford to issue these in different sizes. This leads to the mk5 general service respirator, which is this one here. Now the Mark 5 general service respirator, the biggest difference is there's no stockinette covering on it. This is done for two purposes. Number one, as a war economy measure. Number two, if they were used in a proper gas attack, the stockinette would trap gas, liquid gas in it. Difficult to decontaminate. The rubber means that it was easier to clean. Also, these are available in multiple sizes. This one was only ever made in a normal size. And another thing, whereas to be a radio operator you needed the number 4 Special T, the Mark 5 has the moulding already moulded onto it. So all Mark 5s already have this in place. Most of them were never ever used, because by the time this one comes out they're just using radio equipment in the normal way with normal microphones. And usually if they needed to use a gas mask they would be issued with one of them anyway. So the Mark 5 never really made the other gas masks obsolete. They could serve side by side and they could be found in any bags. Also, a difference of the Mark 5 is the filter is a different colour. Similar style, but a different colour to the early war one. This is more a red-brown colour. And again, it does have asbestos in its makeup. Now, the pockets for these things were made to hold anti-gas eye shields in a card container. You would have 3 pairs tinted, 3 pairs untinted, and they would also act as dust goggles. So that one is a Mark II packet from 1942. You would have 3 pairs clear, 3 pairs tinted, and there were various packets throughout the war. So this one, the title is on that way around, and on this side the instructions for air spray is printed that way around. Cotton waste, ointment, eye shield, clothing, detectors and weapons, showing you how to decontaminate them. On this one, eye shields anti-gas Mark III. This is a post-war inspection label. You normally get post-war inspection labels on them. The instructions is printed this way, and on the back, gas alarms is printed on this one. This is 1944. On this one, anti-gas Mark II, 1941. The air spray is that way up, and there's nothing on the back because they didn't know much then. But by 1944 they knew more details as it came out. And again, it's the same style of anti-gas goggles. They're very easy to put together. You know, they're all in envelopes, and they're like clear and tinted options as well. And in this one, let's see if we've got any accessories in this one. There's no accessories in this one, but this one that I bought the other day off eBay, it's got all the bits and pieces inside of it. So in this one, on the back, you have your anti-gas eye shields, and in there you have your cotton waste. This is for use with the anti-gas ointment to rub liquid gas off your skin. And in the bottom you have a variant of the anti-gas ointment tin. That's outfit anti-gas number 2. This one's empty, but I do have a full one in one of the other, a tropical one in one of the other gas masks, which we'll get to in another video. So that's our ointment anti-gas number 2. Inside here you would have various little metal tubes, each with anti-gas ointment in it. You've got the instructions on the back on how to use it. This is 1939 dated. You would also have a little tubular tube of anti-goggle demisting cream, which one side would be the demisting cream, the other side would be little cotton wadding for rubbing on the inside of the face pieces. I don't think any of these still have that remaining in them. That one doesn't, and that one doesn't neither. That one's just got the eye shields in it. But yeah, in the other masks I do have them. So those are the 3 basic World War II British Army service respirators of the Second World War. As I say, you'll find them in various different bags with various different contents. Sometimes you don't get the contents, but yeah, these are the 3 basics ones that you'll find. The radio operators one, the number 4T, is extremely rare. I've been collecting this since 1976, and I got that through the post yesterday. That's how hard it is to find that one. So British general service respirators, mk4, mk4 Special T, mk5 in the mk5 haversacks, mk6 haversacks and the mk7 haversacks. Now if you thought that was difficult to get through, on another video sometime we'll do the, I hope you can still hear me, we'll do the British Army light gas respirator, which is the what collectors call the airborne respirator. And if you think there's various variants of this general service respirator, you really ain't seen nothing yet. So there's all the variants of the light anti-gas respirator. So we'll go through them probably tomorrow. If you're interested, you'll be surprised at how many different variants there are. All the same bag, but different variants of light anti-gas respirator. But for now, this has been the British Army General Service Respirator. Standard respirator of World War II. Oh, and I must state that you'll also get them, by and large, they all have the same length of tube. Sometimes you get them with an extra long tube, because what happened was, originally in the alert position, they're supposed to be worn on the chest, so they don't need a long hose. The anti-aircraft gun crews objected because they wanted to wear one on the hip, because on the chest it interfered with the operation of the equipment. So to wear it on the hip in the alert position, the hose had to be nearly twice as long for gun crews. So if you get one with an extra long hose, that's what it's for. It's for gun crews. And I think some members of the Royal Navy got it. But yeah, that is the British Army service respirator, the general service respirator, mk4, mk4 Special T, and the mk5 general service respirator. And like I said, tomorrow we'll have a look at the variants of the light anti-gas respirator. Bye for now.